Back again with your boy Mac and my brothers B. Alright, go ahead, bro.
Go to podcast.
Bro, I told you that's not your name no more.
Bro, listen.
You LeBron's godson.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. What the fuck is you talking about? Yeah. We gonna jump straight into it because we ain't finna go down that road.
Shit.
Last time we was talking about the GOAT debate
Right.
and kind of dealing with legacies, which brings me to this: Steph, KD, who has the better legacy at this point?
Shit, that's a good ass question, though, man.
I'm leaning more towards not KD. I'm leaning more towards Steph, actually. I'm actually leaning more towards him.
Okay, so let me ask you a two-part question then.
Mm-hmm.
Better legacy, but who's the better player?
Okay,
KD.
I think KD is actually the better player in terms, of course, his skill set and like my nigga 7 foot fucking 2 guard. But as far as pushing the game forward and like what he's brought to the game,
True.
that's Steph Curry.
True.
And it's kind of wild because I remember, when KD first got in the league and they didn't really think he was going to be as great as he was because of his size. He was, 7 foot, but he was slender. And then after a while, how he came into himself and, with OKC, then it was like, damn, okay, I think the league was starting to try to get that tall, kind of like 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", like small forward scoring type of player. And then now we look at it like all these fucking threes being put up thanks to Steph Curry, no matter what the fuck position you're playing. So it's like, it's kind of hard, in my opinion, to really go against Steph Curry in terms of like a better, better legacy. Better legacy.
You said KD the better player. But,
But I think Steph got a stronger legacy, a better legacy. Yep. Yeah.
What about you, Lee?
No, I got Steph, man. I got Steph. His resume is kind of similar to KD, but at the same time, he's been with one organization his whole career, and he is.
Yeah, that plays into a lot of that.
And I'm not trying to be that guy that say you're going to different teams that's going to cut your legacy and all. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, what he's built from what Golden State was before he got there, and where they are now. In this generation, I don't think anybody else has done it, probably besides LeBron with Cleveland. But he left and then came back.
Whoa, okay?
What you mean by that?
Fuck is we talking about LeBron?
My fault. No LeBron on this.
I mean, and at the same time, you could argue that with KD with OKC. He was, Seattle, then OKC. When you think of OKC, I think of Kevin Durant.
That's it. Yeah.
True. Automatically.
But at the same time, Steph Curry still is like, I think he's still above him. But like I said, the whole three, mainly that, just pushing the game forward and like
I see y'all legacy point, but I still feel like if we're going to kind of dock KD some because of the whole. Because we could say, it doesn't matter, but it matters. It's always a talking point when we're talking about Kevin Durant and the Warriors move that he made.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the fact that he went there and kind of became the alpha, I don't see that should be like a smudge on his legacy in a sense, to where Steph's legacy is better than his. Because let me say this, I think we sometimes forget that although Steph is truly transcendent and truly an all-time great, Steph superstardom is really, half a decade? KD has been a superstar for far longer. And I get that he came in the league, but KD only been in the league 2 years longer than Steph. We have to account for that first half of Steph's career. It was
injured.
Tragic. It was tragic as hell. Actually, and then it was when he started to get on.
And see, I remember Steph, because I remember 2012, 2013, they weren't really discussed a lot, but he kind of was actually Steph.
Yeah, he was getting some.
But no, listen, no. I'm not
gonna say he was Steph.
No, listen.
He didn't really start to become Steph until 2013, 2014.
No. That and I was just gonna say that too. I think that battle that they had with the Clippers,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what helped. But I'm saying at the same time, like before that, Steph was still doing the same shit. It's just that,
Bro, Steph was not doing Steph. No, he was not.
2012 and 2013.
He was cooking
Watch that
up.
series when he played Denver.
Bro,
Matter of
that's
fact,
one series.
watch when he plays San
Bro,
Antonio.
I seen when he played.
Watch when he plays San Antonio. That's my point.
Hold on.
Not as much until the following season with the whole. Think about it. That whole year with him and Chris Paul. Is that the year that Chris Paul got rocked by him, or was that the year after that when he won the when they won
I think that was his MVP year.
When he won okay, so 2013, 14. Okay,
I think that was going into his MVP.
But
year.
I just remember that whole that year they had that of course 7-game series.
Hold on. Let me stop something. First of all, that's fake news. He didn't break.
In fact, he stepped on his foot.
Chris Paul stepped on his foot. So we gonna put that disclaimer out right here, right now. I'm tired of people shitting on my dog fucking name.
Yeah,
and Stanley sharing that fucking meme.
And I made a lot of memes myself about that. My man. But hey, listen, but we off.
So you've been a goofy for a while.
We off that though.
No, we're not. Yeah. All right, now we off it.
Exactly.
Fuck what you talking about?
Like I said,
ass fucking nigga.
The man Steph Curry was still playing. I mean, he still was playing this style of basketball years prior to when they won the chip and when he got his first MVP. Damn, what the fuck? Yeah, like I said, that was 2012 and 2013. I know then you was talking about with KD joining them, and again, even with that, like they still won a championship before Kevin Durant got there.
First of all,
and as much as I know, we talk about it. It was injury plagued, but at the same time, like I said, they can definitely be said for a lot of championships.
And okay, cool.
It can be said about damn near at the beginning of the time. Goddamn it, they can be said about sports in general. Somebody getting hurt, key factors in even in different series. Don't have to necessarily be.
What did we say on the last episode about LeBron-led teams since Miami? They're top heavy, right?
Yeah.
They were missing their second and third best fucking player. We're not talking about no fucking role player. We're talking about literally Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love.
Too.
I don't respect that. And they went 6 games against LeBron, and Matthew Dellavedova was his second best player. And you niggas want to say, oh, we're still there. Fuck that first ring. Fuck is you niggas talking about? Damn, me bug up talking about that funky ass first fucking ring. I don't give a fuck about that media. That ring is the equivalent to the COVID ring that the Lakers fucking ring. Yeah, that's a fucking Cuban zirconia. They got fake diamonds in them fucking rings. They not respected. I'm just gonna let you niggas know that. Niggas is not honoring that fucking 2015 fucking ring by the fucking Warriors. And we seen what happened the next year, right? They were up 3-1 and got their ass ran. Oh yeah, and then what they do? Call KD. We can't do this no more. We need you, Kevin. Yeah. Fuck is we talking about? Kevin Durant legacy is better than Steph. Now that I'm really thinking about it, because at first you fucking niggas almost had me sold. No, well damn, maybe his legacy is, but then I came back to my fucking senses. Yeah, you niggas got hacked, and I know better. Kevin Durant fucking legacy is better. He's the reason why Steph Curry got 3 rings. First and foremost, he got the fucking MVPs, final MVPs, not Steph. Let's put this into perspective. Kevin Durant was also a fucking MVP before Steph. And I get it. Steph has won the 2 after him, and he won the first unanimous, which was bullshit because the GOAT, Michael Jordan, should have got the fucking unanimous fucking MVP. Man, any fucking way. Kevin Durant is the better player because he does offense and defense. He's the greatest scorer ever. And on top of the fact, his legacy is better than Steph Curry's to mass. Now, because as much as Steph has changed the game with his 3-point shooting, we can't deny that.
Right.
Kevin Durant has changed the game because look at every fucking slanky ass 6'10", 6'9" guy. Oh, they gonna beat Kevin Durant. You not every fucking guy now that's 6'10" or whatever. Niggas is not running to go be power forward centers no more. Niggas is being like, okay, I could be the wing player. Like niggas is like, okay, I'll be a small forward. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like look at Paul George. Paul George, when he was at one point like 6'9", 6'10" when because he grew a couple inches. That nigga was playing shoe guard with Indiana at one point when they had Danny Grange. Yeah. So that's what I'm just like, I'm sorry. I know we all love Steph Curry, which I do. All-time great. Arguably at this point, the greatest point guard ever. It can't be argued, in my opinion.
You said ever?
Yes. It can't be argued. Because, I'm going to say this, him and Magic need the one play defense, but if we're going to be honest, who's the better offensive player? Steph Curry.
Easy.
So I mean,
I'll give you that.
And he ain't never played with no fucking Kareem.
So you got Steph is arguably the greatest
point guard ever. Yeah,
but his legacy being second to Kevin Durant.
Because I sometimes think Kevin Durant could be the greatest small forward ever. If anything, he's no more than second or third. But I said it's arguable. I didn't say Steph lock him in as the number one. I said he can be debated.
Okay, cool.
The same way I'll debate Kevin Durant being the best small forward. Okay. Don't mean it's definitive.
No, my nigga, that's why I was going with. I didn't know where you was finna go with the Kevin Durant thing.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying it can be argued.
Okay.
And that's why I say it. I don't know, man. I just think.
I think at the end of the day, when you think Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, I think it's still gonna always be Kevin Durant running to Golden State.
Yes,
and that's my point.
But
so his that's still going to be.
But who called
against them?
They did. Them niggas ran. They said it openly. Oh, we're all going to be in the mean for Kevin. Yeah, all that goofy. So we're not just going to sit here and act like Kevin Durant just woke up and said, I'm going to do a decision and I'm just going to go to Golden State. Them niggas recruited that man. Draymond said the end of that series, he was in the parking lot calling Kevin Durant. I'm sorry. We're not just going to paint this picture like KD just was doing some out of bounds that shit.
Some say, they look at it, it was a sign of weakness. I mean.
So who?
No. I'm saying with Golden State, with them trying to recruit Kevin Durant. But I agree. I think it was. But at the same time, they was supposedly on some like trying to do what, in a sense, what Miami couldn't do and really run a dynasty. Because like I said, they already had a championship.
Cool.
With the team they ran.
But if they were so fucking cocky and you niggas were 7-3 in that, we not going to forget how cocky that Warriors team was.
Yeah.
So for y'all to be that fucking cocky and off y'all own shit, y'all should have been able, and I'm going to be honest, y'all should have been man enough to say, we're going to run this back, and we're going to do it our way. Yeah. Not run and go call Kevin Durant, if you don't have him number one, you definitely have him as the second best player in the league. Y'all have to go run, and that's why I say, that's the indictment on Steph Curry legacy, because if you're this nigga, you this guy, why are you running and participating? Prime example, we didn't get the big three here because Derrick Rose was like, he's not pitching for nobody.
Right.
He did it his way. Now, unfortunately, we didn't benefit from it, but I respect it. I believe in myself. I believe in the talent I got around me. I'm not going to run and try to recruit the second best player in the fucking league because we can't get it done. And that's my point of why I say I don't think Steph Curry's legacy is better than Kevin Durant. I'll say this, at best, they're even.
Okay, at the flip side, though, would that be a stand on KD for actually going there, though?
No.
Why not, though?
Because, listen, let me just say this. Y'all literally damn near shitting on Russell Westbrook for almost 20 minutes in a way. So we're finna sit here and blame Kevin Durant for saying I'm not finna deal with this?
No, I'm not saying that because I like the move when he went.
Okay, so where was he gonna go?
Boston was one of them.
Yeah.
San Antonio was one of them. Boston, San Antonio, New York.
Okay, listen. He went to San Antonio. That wasn't a place. That's not no destination for people.
Listen, to be honest,
nobody goes.
First off, no, hold on.
But you have to be attractive.
You just asked where.
I can easily say a woman is a woman, so a nigga should date her. No, you have to be and vice versa. A nigga is a nigga, so that you have to be attracted to that shit. You're not just gonna go.
I got you on that.
And I'm like, I mean, even with Boston, I mean, they were coming up being East Conference Finals. They damn tough. I'm like, it's not like they were a terrible team.
Do y'all forget who was on that team?
And when the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yes.
When they played Cleveland, that's what they had. Yeah, young Tatum and them. Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Okay. Why the fuck would Kevin Durant go there? That wasn't enough for him to say, oh yeah, I can assure I'm going to... That man was running for a ring. Now, if you want to say he was ring chasing, cool. But everybody is now. Every superstar player is ring chasing.
But listen, no, listen. You just asked about what other teams. We just told you it was other teams that he could have went to.
That makes sense.
That did.
No, it doesn't.
Him going to Boston.
They were young as hell.
Listen, now,
San Antonio. Okay, San Antonio
Golden State was the best. Listen. Golden State. Looking at it, was the best in terms of how they whole team.
Style of play.
That is correct. That is the way that they play ball.
Makes no sense.
But I'm like at the same time, I'm like him going to Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, going to that team, them being already in the Eastern Conference Finals. He would have helped their team tremendously. He would have helped them niggas tremendously.
I agree.
And I think I'm like.
Now let me say this.
It would have been decent. I'm saying.
Would I have preferred him to go to Golden State? No, I did not like when Kevin Durant went to Golden State.
Nobody. I don't think anybody.
But in hindsight, once you get over the emotion,
it made sense. I said that it did.
That was the best fucking choice.
It made sense him going over there.
And my thing is, and I don't want to bring him up, but it's just a simple fact. LeBron was kind of like that big brother, where it's like, or that older sibling. Okay, where it's like they endure all the punishment. So it was like he had to take that. LeBron was kind of a martyr in a sense when he was like, okay, the decision, blah, 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 blah. Once LeBron did that, every superstar player was kind of like, okay, maybe I can do this. It made it okay. Now, I'm not, at the time, I was mad when LeBron did the decision. But again, in hindsight, it made sense. Because, again, we have to get back to, the problem is the fans.
Without a
and
doubt.
the analysts. Because we put so much emphasis on rings that these guys are now saying, hey, I don't give a fuck about what you look at my legacy.
And listen,
because I got to get this ring.
And that's another thing with Kevin Durant.
So that's why I'm like, niggas can't sit here and look at KD like he a pussy or whatever the case when we're the fucking cause of it. This generation of ball players then started putting emphasis on championships like that for why? Because of social media. And social media has gave every fucking goofball a platform to speak their man when everybody don't need to be talking. But they do. And they say all this shit, and they say this goofy ass shit and troll these players. And look at this right now. Where y'all got Charles Barkley ranked as top power forwards all time?
I got him top 5.
Top 5?
I said top 3.
Top 3? I guarantee a lot of people outside of us will probably say, oh, he may not even be top 10.
I believe it.
Because he don't have a fucking ring.
I believe it.
Charles Barkley was 6'3", 6'4", a fucking force as a power forward. And this was during the age when it wasn't small ball. Like now, my mother could say, okay, we looking at PJ Tucker, a 6'5" fucking center.
Right.
That wasn't during the time then. That was the land of the fucking Giants. But a lot of motherfuckers sit and take shots at that man legacy because he don't have a ring. Look at that disrespect again, Chris Paul, because he don't have a ring. And then when niggas do the shit like Kevin Durant and LeBron do, niggas, oh man, niggas, so no, you're the hoe. Shut the fuck up. Let these niggas ball and hoop and carve their legacy the way that they're intended to do it and not always put the emphasis on the ring. Because again, I can easily say, well, what about Randy Brown? And a lot of young listeners will probably be like, who? Exactly. Multiple fucking rings.
Right.
And then we're going to get on to this, and I'm going to let you guys take it. This is why the main reason I don't respect all that ring shit, because how many fucking guys we know that was sold their rings, unfortunately? If they get into financial trouble, they're, matter of fact, Bill Russell not even in no financial trouble, but he's selling his rings.
Yeah. It don't mean shit.
Like, if you want to get it, like again, like I said, if you talking about the GOAT and all that shit, I get that. Okay, I'm sure you need all the fucking accolades as much as possible to put, this, that. But when they get into talking about like legacies in general and shit, motherfuckers always talking about this ring. Oh, this player is better than X, Y, and Z because he got a ring. Nigga, I'm looking at the talent, the skill, how they changed the game, how they impacted the game. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody not be blessed into a situation like, for example, Dame Lillard. I guarantee you, if you put Dame Lillard on some other teams with superstars, he would have had a ring by now. But he don't, because why? I'm gonna stick it out with Portland. And what's so crazy? Niggas is now talking about for him to ring chase. And then when he do it, let's say if he go to the Lakers, he a bitch. Now look, fans are contradictory.
Too much emotion, like you said. Too much emotions in it.
And that's why I just mean like it's goofy.
Yeah.
I mean,
ain't no argument there, man. Like,
that's why I say all in all, I'll say this, and I'm gonna say my piece, and I'm gonna let you guys finish it on the topic. I think they're even. I'll say if one of them can win an MVP and or ring. The only reason why I say the ring now matters is because we're talking about whose legacy is better as far as if we're doing top 5 or some shit like that. Now, as far as the better player, their rings do not fucking matter. But as far as legacy and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is going to be the deciding factor for most people to be like, oh, this person, because neither one is on a juggernaut team, even though the Warriors have a great record, but they don't have no other superstar on their team.
Right.
James Harden is a shell of himself. And there is no Kyrie Irving. So anything Brooklyn do on the back of Kevin Durant is going to seem, incredible, more than what it is. So now I feel like both got their own individual team, no stagnance, and if they go deep and go for pause in the playoffs or whatever, then they're going to be good. And I think that's going to make motherfuckers say, oh, well, this person legacy better, whatever. But
I mean, I get what you're saying, man. And it does look more even than what I thought at first. I'm looking at, I guess I'll put the global aspect into it too. I think Steph is ahead in that category just because of his style of play, where the league is going nowadays. But I mean, yeah, I see it being even. Steph just a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Listen, I'm not mad at it. If you say Steph, I'm not mad at that.
But that's a good ass question. I never even thought about that.
That's my spin on it. Like, even I know, the whole ring and MVP or whatever before KD got there. I'm like, I still think that does matter. And I mean, Steph he was proven then. Like, I mean, he still won a championship. Like, he was MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, it still looks like Kevin Durant joined them to, get that fulfilled ring that he's been, questioned for. But, yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, hey, we all got our individual perspective on it. But I mentioned somebody's name. And, I'm ready to get on this topic. Where the fuck is James Harden?
Fast food.
Well, baby.
Oh, he was baby in the fast food.
That's where his mind at right now.
Hey,
where his mind at.
Listen, in a matter of a year and a half, niggas was talking about the greatest scorer ever. Top 3 shoot guard ever.
Better than Wade.
Oh, yeah, niggas was really saying that. And then niggas went to, my man started wearing a fat suit to get out of Houston.
Got the little braids in his head.
Got to Houston. Yeah, I think that's the problem. When he went away from the Mohawk, and that's what made him the beard and all that. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? It's so wild.
Because
you know what? I'm like last season before the hamstring. Like, he was still, he was still
putting in work.
That's why I'm like, the injuries and supposedly I think that's just an excuse.
That's cap.
No. With him supposedly being out of shape and all that. Like, I mean, my man, come on, bro. You got to, my nigga. You've been playing 20-some games. Like, you got to be in some type of game shape at this point. You got to be in some type of game shape at this point. So
you're out of time.
For the whole episode?
You're over 15 minutes on just this one. This doesn't even include what I recorded before. I keep telling you.
That's what I'm saying. Topic is 15 minutes, remember?
You're out of 15 minutes.
We're on a different topic.
You said 15 for sport.
No, I said 45 for sports. That's going to be the whole episode.
You just did 45 sport.
It's 2 45-minute
Pause
episodes.
The match.
I did. I've been paused.
That's James Harden still with that hamstring, and I think the whole him not being in game shape is an excuse though. Like, my man, you didn't play fucking 25 games. Like, come on, bro, you didn't did enough dribble, step back, your rolls, your lung capacity got to be up there. Gotta be up there, bro. Yeah, niggas really got technical.
I kind of get where you're coming from with the hamstring though, because the season prior just ended.
True.
And that was a month and a half span.
Yeah, it was a quick.
But wait. Y'all gotta understand. They got out in the second round. So they didn't wait as long.
That's right. And Harden did, go on the world tour with little baby and all that. So that kind of cut into.
Come on now.
That kind of cut into the rehab time.
Exactly.
So it's half and half. Like, I kind of get where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, man. Yeah. You gotta stay in game shape though. You gotta stay ready.
And my thing is this: it's like I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. What was the major change from this year to last year?
Oh, the rule change.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
that baiting and getting bailed out from them wild ass flopping ass fast.
I was just gonna get into that. I was like, and it's so wild because I know we speaking on is he overrated, and it's like I don't think it's that. I think he just so set in his ways. Like, that man, he don't like he be trying to even make like basketball. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's not him that he can't play. His dumb ass just so used to fucking acting. He going in there doing dumb shit. Bro, just lay the ball up.
Listen, if you do enough dumb shit, that makes you dumb.
I'm saying
no, true.
And I'm not saying he's a bum. He's another dumb.
That's what I'm saying.
His IQ is just shit.
It's some of these is like, he's overrated and he really never could play and all this other shit. And I'm like, bro, that man just so fucking stuck in his ways. And even before with the free throw attempts early in his career, Houston like 7-8, like that's normal for a lot of superstar players.
Right.
7-8, and that's when that man wasn't doing all them step backs. He was shooting mid range. Like, he had an offensive game. But then of course after that, the nigga just started ramping 12, 13. He got to the point like, fuck it, my nigga, this shit is like. Shit, I'm trying to get the lead role in a fucking movie. I'm just coming that bitch and just throw my arms up and into the line. That's what I'm saying.
He really looked kind of scared too, though. As far as Wade fits in on his team, or Wade's gonna get his shots up and all that stuff. But, and then, like I said, rule changes is
that's major. That's major.
It's really fucking them up.
And I think that says a lot.
It says a lot about how you prepare for the game.
It does. So, in a sense, no, it does.
You can't just go waiting for the call all the time. And
that's my point. It's like his whole mindset is that shit instead of my nigga get 2 points. Like, we know you can score, my nigga. Like, bro, like the other day. Wait, bro. I forgot who was that? Was it Atlanta?
Yeah, no.
Bro,
what team?
No, I'm saying I think they just played Atlanta and they lost because at the end of the game, this dumb.
No, they won their last game. They won their last two. The last ones they played were Detroit.
And it was a game I saw sometime last week.
Oh, that was Atlanta that they lost.
And the nigga, and he went to the, and I'm like, I've never seen James Harden attempt a fucking fadeaway. Like it looked wild. Like, bro, he went to the rim, and I just knew, I'm like, okay, he just threw some shit up, hoping to get fouled.
He did what?
Bro, he shot like a fucking fadeaway. That's why I'm like, I've never seen James Harden play like. That's why I'm like, bro, my nigga, yeah, you doing a lot of acting.
Listen, let me tell you something.
And they're not fucking with it.
Your man's a fucking goof
they're
for
not
that
fucking with it. I promise you, that man did that.
And it's funny that you mentioned Hoss because I'm gonna say this. This is why I don't excuse James Harden. Again, like I say, hella talented. But I don't excuse him for the simple fact Trae Young was baiting motherfuckers with that shit. And Trae is still turning up.
No, that's not just I'm like, he's still putting up 26, 27 without this shit. Yeah.
And you're a veteran. You've been here longer than Trae. You have more experience than Trae, and has it that he can say, okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna rely on that. And that's why I say when people were gassing the fuck out of, and that's why I say gassing because motherfuckers were really talking about,
him being
greatest scorer of all time.
And I'm like, nah, I'm not.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Looking at his
a prolific scorer, yes, but look at how he. James Harden would sit here and get 40 points off 30 fucking shot attempts. Right. And what saved him was because he was getting 18 fucking free throws. Like, what if, listen, again, Chris Paul is my favorite player of all time. So by default, I follow the teams he go on. When I would watch the Rockets, I would feel my blood pressure rising because this man would literally stop a fucking fast break possession to go ISO and shoot a contested three.
Yeah.
You got a 3-on-1 fast break possession and you stop the dribble.
And that's another thing, too. Because it's like, looking back at it, I know Harden, yes, he led the league in scoring. And you look at his numbers, like field goal percentage, you would have thought this nigga was shooting like 40%, 41%. But he really was around the league, 44, 45%, 37% from the three, and 90% from the free throw line. And it's like, okay, like this nigga still is, those are great numbers, but what the fuck is it? The nigga, his fucking shot selection was terrible. And that's another thing, that fucking step back shit. And I'm like, bro, that man attempted 1,000 threes that year when he led the league in 300. He attempted 1,000 fucking threes. And I even said that was wild. Bro, y'all really trying to compare this man with this 386 to Steph Curry when he made 400? Bro, give Steph Curry 1,000 threes. He's gonna make at least about 600. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Y'all capping with that.
Definitely not 600. That's 60%. No, I'm just saying. He's gonna at least make 450. He's gonna make more than 380, whatever the fuck. Facts. But my thing was, bro. And sure enough, his 3-point percentage wasn't terrible, but I'm stopping with this great 3-point shooting shit. Like, no. Like, he's an average 3-point shooter.
His attempts are fucking ridiculous.
James Harden is an average 3-point shooter. He's not a great 3-point shooter. And this is what's so crazy to me. Yeah. And people don't remember it, but James Harden had a phenomenal mid-range game.
He did.
Nigga, I know that. I just said that. When he was with Kevin McHale. When they had Kevin McHale, that man was like 3 levels forward.
I don't understand why he transitioned into that. And I'm going to say this. We talking about Steph changing the game, KD changing the game. I don't know if it's for the good, but James Harden changed the game with that step back 3 shit. Because so many motherfuckers.
Yeah. You know what? And it's kind of toned down now. Because I remember at one point they used to have a stat for that.
Toned down? Where, bro?
Bro, calm down. I'm just talking about in terms when ESPN used to just marvel over that shit. When they used to have stats for that shit.
I mean, bro, listen. The amount that it happened hasn't toned down. They just got used to that shit now in ESPN. Bro, niggas are still shooting step back 3s ridiculous. Harden, he feels like trying to be aggressive. Lord knows that's Luka's favorite now. If he's shooting the 3s a fucking step back. Tatum, like
shit, Steph.
Like, bro, niggas is shooting that shit at high rates now. Again, it's just ESPN is not making a big deal about that shit. That's what I was. Yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying like niggas wasn't doing this.
No, because there was a point where like they used to.
Yeah, bro.
Constantly had that shit. Oh, the most contested step back 3s from 30 feet and all that dumb shit.
I would hate to have the job of anybody that works at ESPN and has
so many stats
because they have to come up with the most
dumbest shit.
Ridiculous fucking stats. Like they literally got stats now talking about walking miles per hour. Who the fuck is studying that?
Hey man,
nigga, my job depended on that. I'm smoked. Get me the fuck out of here. I'm not wasting my motherfucking time on that shit, nigga.
Niggas walking speed. I'm like, do that matter when niggas go back to the bench? Or is that only in game time?
Listen, I need an in-depth. I need to know how the fuck.
Like, how fast niggas get off the court.
What are they researching?
How fast niggas get on the court. Because I seen that shit. You niggas shit. It's
and you know what? Because I don't want to speak on this too long. I just think, like, I don't know what the fuck it is with James Harden. I don't know if it's a lack of care or him trying to get himself back into conditioning, into game shape, or whatever the fuck it is. My man need to figure that shit out. And I understand BK is still number one in the East right now.
Barely though.
And that's only because we've been impacted with COVID. And I'm talking about the Bulls.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
we beat them twice, I think, right?
Facts. Yeah, you got them the fuck out of there. But with no Kyrie Irving, and with them not really having a lot of depth, James Harden got to figure this shit out.
Yeah, I'm like, they team. I'm like, because they not looking like no, favorites like
at all.
Now. Not like they was last year before the injuries and all that shit. But yeah,
and
like
now, coaching really is not going to. Steve Nash is not a basketball coach.
First of all,
he is not a coach. Man.
I think Mike D'Antoni is really coaching that team. I said that when he first put him on.
Yeah.
Like, look at this coaching staff.
Really got to figure that out.
First of all,
Stoudemire, niggas who ain't never. And
you know what? And listen, he's an assistant coach.
Wow.
But listen,
I didn't know that.
Yes, he's on the coaching staff since last year, bro.
I understand. With the whole, give motherfuckers a chance. Okay, true, but not. But you don't do that, my nigga. This is your first head coaching job, so you gonna get another first assistant coach, another first center coach. Like, nigga, what?
Let me tell you something. My problem with that is, first of all, Steve Nash never been no coach.
Should have.
And let me say this.
Treated him.
I'm not upset because, again, in order to become a coach, you got to start somewhere. You got to give him an opportunity. So I understand what you're saying. True. But his coaching staff says a lot.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because
staff,
we can clearly tell he's just going with people he's familiar with, not who better suits. And I know he can say, well, because we got a good report. Listen, Steve, first of all, look at you're a head coach. You're a new head coach. That means your staff needs to be filled with people with experience.
Right.
Now, okay, you got your old coach. But again, Mike D'Antoni is a highly overrated coach. First of all, Mike D'Antoni shouldn't even have no fucking job after New York, in my opinion.
Facts.
And I'm not trying to make nobody unemployed, but he should have been no fucking head coach. That's my opinion. Like, you're looking at niggas like my man's Mike Brown after the Lakers stint. Mike Brown had no head coach.
They hold him.
Yep.
And they set him up for failure.
And I understand why he doesn't have one, but Mark Jackson ain't got no fucking head coach position. And as much as we give credit to Steve Kerr, Mark Jackson constructed that fucking team. He changed the culture of that fucking franchise. Mark Jackson did. So I'm not understanding why he thought making D'Antoni his assistant coach made sense. And then you go and get Stoudemire. Stoudemire ain't had nothing to do with the league in years.
What is he helping in Brooklyn right now? That's what I'm not understanding.
And then my thing is,
there's no power forwards there.
And that's
They should shut down.
No, they got LA and LA putting in work, but what the fuck does LA need?
No,
bro. As he said, he has no power. But my thing is, what the fuck is LA? What the fuck is that? Oh, that's bro shit. Thought that was my shit. Now you good, bro. But it's like, what the fuck does y'all best power forward? He don't need nothing from Stat
at all.
Because him and Stat legacy, in my opinion, is about 10 for fucking
that nigga. Yeah.
LA was a beast just like Stat.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck is he gonna teach the shit? So okay, and then y'all don't have no young power forwards for him to groom. Like, y'all don't even play Nicholas Claxton like that.
I mean, shit.
Rarely.
And he's your best rim protector, but they just be having that man just sit there like he ain't shit. I don't get it. I mean, prayers to KD.
Yeah, for real.
Listen, listen. That was just what they say. Because I'm like, as much as we talking about injuries and Braun and shit, this nigga already into his Achilles, like my nigga.
He done got finessed into a situation that's not good for him. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if he has an early termination clause on his contract, but if so, please, KD,
No, if I'm not mistaken, he did just resign though. I think he did an extension. I think he got an extension.
Because you know what? Look, because they was saying Harden didn't know if he was going. I think Harden didn't know if he was going to take his extension. Because they were still worrying about with Kyrie.
They not even offering Kyrie no more.
Of course not. I fucking wouldn't either. But no, I think that was that whole thing. But yeah, I think KD did re-up though.
That's what I'm just like, bro. Listen, I don't.
You leave Steph for this. That's what I say, man.
This shit. Brooklyn is a mess. And
so wild with a year, dude. Last year it was looking like
it was looking good. Yeah, with KD and Kyrie.
Before the injuries.
Yeah, before KD got hurt, and then Kyrie started taking his sabbaticals, and then they got Harden. When they got Harden, everybody was like, "Oh, it's over now."
Yeah.
And then I think KD got hurt again, and then Harden ended up getting hurt later on in the season, and Kyrie had been back and forth. And I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on. I love watching Kyrie play. The boy is cold on the court.
Yeah.
But Kyrie's going to have to decide, do you want to even play the sport? And I'm not saying that like I control that man life because he controls his own life, of course. But you need to figure if you're all in or if you're all out. Because you taking the sabbaticals you taking, and now, okay, granted, you don't want to get vaccinated. Hey, I respect anybody's choice on that. But if you're not going to get vaccinated, you need to just be at the point, I'm just going to take the year off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do research into some vaccinations that I might feel comfortable with. But this whole, because now they're talking about when Kyrie may come back. Like, I don't get it, man. But,
that's another
you know, from one controversial topic to the next. Ben fucking Simmons. What do y'all see this nigga going?
Man,
he got 4 years. He got 4 more years, right? 4 more years on that contract.
4 more years.
And you know what? And Philly already told that man, listen, we trying to get, and his stock ain't really shit.
And bro, what did I say to you 2-3 years ago? Remember, bro, when I told you? I said, bro, they should have traded him before they let Jimmy go. Remember?
Yeah.
I seen what the fuck it was. I knew what Ben Simmons was when he was coming out of motherfucking LSU.
He was the same player.
That man didn't care about that tournament. Ben Simmons had already checked out.
Yeah.
He like, I'm ready to go to motherfucking the pros. Ben Simmons is more in love with being a celebrity than living up to his talent. And Ben Simmons' talent is him. Ben Simmons can be a top 10, top 15 player if he actually played like he gave. Like last year when he played that game against Rudy Gobert in the Jazz, that man had 40 points.
Yeah, 40
and shit it on Gobert. And he shot, I think he made like 10 or 11 fucking free throws that game. So we see the talent, we see the skill.
And every time they play without Embiid,
he goes crazy. I don't understand. And it's like, since his sophomore year, it's been a little decline each year after. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck is going on? At this juncture, we're expecting 20, 10, and 8.
Now, when you say it like that, when he turns up when Embiid's not playing, so he needs to go to a team where it's just he's the focal.
I agree, but I don't agree because you can't trust him.
That's what I was about to say. Like he might be on and off. Like you might.
And I read rumors where it's like the Lakers and the Knicks, I think, are at the forefront. I don't like it from either team.
Lakers gonna stun his growth even more.
Let me say this: I like him for the Knicks for the simple fact it's going to be box office.
Yeah.
It's a name,
and they already ain't really got you on the point guard spot over there.
Yeah, because they said Kim, they shut Kemba down.
So they really don't have no point.
And Rose at this point is
he was cool coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's like the sixth man at this point. So they don't. But my thing is, they don't have a lot of floor spacing, in my opinion. I mean, they got Alex Burks.
He's still
they got Burks. They got Quickly. They got
Quickly ain't really a good 3-point shooter.
That's what I'm saying. Like Alex Burks is not like that either.
But I'm saying you need floor spacers like the Heat. The Heat got Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, guys that you respect. They 3-point shooters.
Because a lot of them though. When Philly had,
I think they got like Wayne Ellington. Is Wayne Ellington with
He was
LA. Okay.
And that's
why the fuck is they not playing?
I forgot about him too.
See, okay, the Lakers just shooting themselves in the foot, but we not even gonna go there. We already addressed them.
No, that makes sense. So putting Simmons around 3-point shooters.
Yeah, I think that would be great for them.
When Philly had Ilyasova, Redick,
and Fort Myers and them, they had them.
That was his best season. If I recall.
Yeah, when they had all those fucking shooters.
So he's got it. It's done with Philly. It's done with Philly.
Oh,
he's got to go.
It's over with for them.
And I mean, yeah, the writing's clear on the wall. Honestly, the best place for him, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all may say I'm wild for this. I honestly think a good place for him to go to, I kind of want to say Toronto, because they got guys that can space the floor. He can play his game, and at the same time, he's in Toronto. It won't be a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like to see him go to Golden State. But I know the whole Draymond.
Hold on, let me say this. If they get Draymond there, close the curtains. It's over.
That's what I'm saying. I would like to see him. I would like to see him.
If they get Ben Simmons and some kind of swap for, and I'm gonna say this.
I would like to see that.
If I'm Philly, I might not be mad at that. I would take an interest in Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, and maybe someone else, and build that around. Because I mean, Draymond is gonna give you. He's a poor man version of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So Poole up and coming little sniper.
Poole is up and coming sniper.
Yeah.
Simmons
and you get somebody else to balance the numbers out.
Yeah, along with Embiid. Yeah,
that might actually make fucking sense for Philly and Golden State.
Philly already kind of set with their backcourt.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, that makes sense, man.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be.
Then you have a power forward that's not crowding out Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this: you know what you're gonna get from Draymond night in, night out, regular season and playoffs. But as opposed to Ben, you like we may get superstar Ben.
Yep.
Then we may not even get a non-existent. You don't know how to game plan with him.
Will the Warriors want to risk that though?
Yes, because you only need Ben to be Ben.
Facts.
You don't need Ben to try to overachieve.
You don't need him that.
At that point, he can be
basically utility man.
Yeah.
Utility man.
We need you to defend at the high level because Clay, I don't think he's going to be able to defend the best players like that. At least not consistently. So we need him. So they'll just need him to defend the best players consistently and play make and do what Draymond doing.
Facts. And he's younger.
And he's younger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Then you still getting Clay back. You still you lost Poole, but I mean you lost Poole.
You was gonna lose Poole anyway when Clay came back. So
in the essence,
yeah, he was still gonna come off the bench or something. Yeah,
and maybe somebody else, but you still got enough depth.
Yeah,
and you still
facts
to still be a top seed.
Yeah.
I don't like him for the Lakers. I don't like him for New York. Even though I read that shit dumb. I know Dame has said he would love to play with him.
Even that,
I think that would be interesting. But I don't think I think it would work with him and Dame Perry. But I don't.
Situation team wise, they're not winning shit.
But my thing is this: do Ben even care about him?
Who knows?
No. So at this point, my man's just like, what's the best location for me to continue to be a high-profile celebrity and make my money?
It's crazy. He's not even a celebrity, man. This man not even the headlines or nothing like that. It's a headline.
I mean, he was when he was with the Jenner girl. So
shit, stalking him.
Right.
Shit, that's why.
Listen, we not gonna talk
about
about
on some rumors. Hey, listen,
rumors.
We ain't got time for that shit.
Hey, man, look, I don't like Simmons like that. So
and that's cool, bro. But please don't do that, bro.
I'm gonna stop.
Don't do that, bro.
I'm stop.
But
y'all go.
I'm gonna just wrap it up. Again, like I said, I would be mad at Golden State. I personally would kind of like seeing. I kind of would like seeing him and Dame together. I think that would be decent. Who you say?
I'm gonna be safe and say Portland, man.
Portland?
I'm gonna say Portland. I'm gonna be safe with that.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
I still think
you see Golden State?
But I'm saying I would like to see that. I would like to see him.
Okay, so let me just make this real quick. Who do you think he's going to?
Nobody this year. They might try to do the thing with Portland. I mean, McCollum is fucked up. That lung, so that's dead. That's what so he might not be going nowhere this year.
So you think might be going nowhere this year? I think Portland. But there it is. Another great time with the guys. I also want to give a shout out to the producer, the behind the scene team, my man G. My pain in the ass, bro. Like a little sister, Leah. Appreciate her. And my boy Rob. Great team. Appreciate you guys. Thank you to the fans and everybody that's going to rock with us. And we out.